going to share my screen because. All right, can you see the screen?
Yes.
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 And is it big enough? I know sometimes I have it too small.
Looks good to me, but I have a big screen.
All right, this is the MicroProfile marketing call. It is August 16th. And looks like we have myself, John, Jan, Ed can add his name to the list, and Amelia. So we started again today with the some Zoom issues, and that's the first issue we have on the agenda. When we try to log in, it doesn't give us the option to put in the Zoom admin code. So we just discussed that John will try to create a new meeting and see if it fixes it. Is that a new meeting? How we're gonna resolve it?
Yeah, I'll just create a new meeting. There was no meeting scheduled today in the in the Zoom calendar, but I'll just delete the whole thing, create a new one, and update the MicroProfile calendar. So there will be a different meeting ID for the next call. So just heads up.
I'm gonna put that here. But then we discovered the way to fix it if it does happen again is to have someone with MicroProfile admin access log in, and then it'll just
Zoom account, yeah, Zoom account, MicroProfile admin.
Yeah, we just want to avoid the having someone that is not scalable, and that is why we asked for the MicroProfile infra account, right? So we don't want that every single time it happens. We will revert to maybe using our own MicroProfile Zoom account, which we are already paying, not the group, but this is a Tommy Tribe thing, to have this level of flexibility.
Yeah, definitely not ideal, but at least we have a workaround if it doesn't work. Okay, so then the next thing on the list is contributors GitHub access. And this, I believe Amelia and Ed have been working on making it possible for people to close GitHub issues. Is that kind of?
Yes, so Ed and I met, I think I sent a message to the forum a few Fridays ago. And the only thing missing right now is Ed, without rush, if you can confirm the email that you have associated with Git Eclipse contributions, then I will add you today to the repo, and then we can pilot. You can pilot to see how much access you can do. We're going to do the trash.
I thought I put it in there.
No,
Okay.
It's not there. It has been like a few days, so it's not there yet. If you put it in the document, but you didn't follow here in the thread, I didn't see it. But just add it here. Or say Amelia is added.
I'll just put it in. Thanks.
Yeah, because you're a pilot, you and I need to be more in contact. Once we figured out all the issues, whatever it is, then we can just have it more automatic, so that so it's easier. I think this will take us no time with Ed, because Ed is a committer for the Jakarta project, and he knows exactly how much access he should have, in Git.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Ed, anything else? Like seriously, Ed, anything else?
No, not until we get this worked out. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. So then I just put this on here so that I would not forget. The next call, my son has a follow-up appointment with a doctor, and unfortunately, I won't be able to make the 30th.
I cover you. Don't even worry. You can. What I'm going to do is we haven't done this in the past, but I will take a ticket and say covering for Debbie, because we noticed that in the past it's not as lucky as you are. Sometimes it happens a few hours or 1 hour before an emergency happens. Yeah. And a ticket should be created so that we can trace it and be like, done. Because then we don't do a good job in the minutes. And then it's a whole mess on your onboarding, right? Like I had to cover it. It was an emergency, but I didn't have to find time to do all the work that is needed. So this time I will create a minute, like a Git issue for us. And then if you need anything, use that and tell me, hey, Amelia, whatever, critique on my taking over that call, because it's the last one for you until October, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you for doing that. And then I also noticed on the spreadsheet that we don't have anybody signed up yet for September. So I'm not sure how we want to approach that.
David, can you open the sheet? the spreadsheet responsibilities because it's important. It's there.
Yeah, so we have September and November. Whoops, this keeps jumping around. September and November, we're looking for someone.
Yeah, so my recommendation in here is to send a message to the marketing forum and say there are 2 spots that are still open, September and November. If you have helped in the past or you wish to pilot it, we have the written documentation here, join us. Because, you know, maybe Neha wants to do it, maybe Rustam wants to come back and do it. He was never a lead before, but maybe he wished to do so. And like that, we can broadcast because September is just 2 weeks away.
Yeah. And also if I'm, you know, to help them onboard, you know, I can't do it on the 30th. So doesn't mean I couldn't do it in September, but all right. So I'll send a message out.
Yes. Because it's like pretty much is your responsibility to onboard someone. It's just like, and we will help you, but yeah.
All right. Okay, so then with the releases, I don't know if you've seen this yet. I did a test issue to kind of play with the checklists. And I thought it would be nice to have an overview issue that kind of linked to all of the other issues related to the release. And what I found was nice about this is you can, you know, once you create your checklist, you can add the issue while you're creating the checklist item if it's not already existing. Or you can just link to one that's existing. So I think that will help us keep track of the issues that go together, because I don't know about anybody else, but when I'm going through the GitHub issues, I get very lost just clicking around trying to find everything. So this was my attempt. I don't know if there's a better way. I think that's what triggered the discussion about the GitHub access, like being able to do other things. There was a Kanban board or something. But I know I didn't have access to do those other things.
Well, this, by the way, this is how we tracked how specs in MicroProfile became working group specs, as we had a checklist just like this with the top level tasks. So it worked well then, I thought, and it looks like it's working well here.
Okay.
So Debbie, can you go down and to the I shared it to you. Currently, we have only 2 templates on the working group. We have a few other ones. Hold on. There, the one 4 days ago, show you those ones. We need to create something like this. And Debbie, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, you did already. There, certification request is here. You created one. I was confused. Can you click on get it started?
For this one, the certification?
Yeah.
Okay.
There.
I don't know that I created this. I see that it's there.
Yeah.
If I did, I didn't mean to.
Yeah. So,
go ahead.
Maybe, so I didn't want to confuse you, but I shared this because when you created that template, you created it automatically in the system. And it's just so cool. However, and I think the coolest thing is that you created it in the working group repo. The question is, do we want to keep it there, even though all the tickets are going to be in the marketing repo, or do we want to keep it in the marketing repo? Right? Because you created this and it's perfect.
Well, that's great, because I honestly don't know how I created it. It was an accident.
So Emily,
what things Debbie created?
it says here that Debbie created a certification request, but with her name. But I don't understand this, and this is why I follow in the ticket to show this and for us to discuss, because this is mostly like, this has some technical parts in here. So my thought was that Emily went in there and tried to help, because I'm confused on this one. It shouldn't be compatible certification request. It should be marketing release. You know,
You need basically is yeah, you can undo this one. This is a issue template. So I created this issue template for the MicroProfile working group. So it sounds like we need another issue template for the release.
Correct.
That issue template should not in the MicroProfile WG, should be in the MicroProfile marketing, right?
Correct. And
So
Emily,
if you go to that GitHub repo, so if you I can help you to help to create the GitHub issue template. So
Okay.
basically live here. So I just need to know the few checklists. So what kind of, if we agree on the content, and I will be able to create a template, issue
So-
template.
I guess my confusion was I thought I was creating different ones, but based on your comment, Amelia, but are you looking for a template that has these items in it right here? Yes?
correct.
Okay.
Okay,
So, because I didn't create this as a template, basically.
right, okay.
Just a single
Okay,
thing. Got it.
okay, Debbie and Amelia. So basically, it's you are happy with this, right? So I can take the 551 and convert basically based on this to create an issue template, and then we merge in, and then we can create an issue from there. And if we are not happy with the issue template, we can always modify until we are happy.
Mhm.
Okay, great.
Debbie, does that work? Because I saw your name and I don't understand how you could create the technical, and then you said, I don't know the stuff. So I was so confused.
Yeah, I don't think I did that, to be honest, but I see that. it
You're
has a
listed.
name. I know,
You missed it.
but I wouldn't have known these things.
This is why I waited. I was like,
Okay, so do I need to delete something here
no,
so that it's not here? No?
let Emily and you work it out. We have already the tickets. So Emily, are you okay to help? And if Debbie could create it herself, give her the access and the chance to do so. But because she's not a committer, she might not. So let's see what the capabilities she has if you enable her, and just use the
Right.
Git. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
Should
it's
be- These are just files in that GitHub repository, and she should be able to as long as you have a GitHub account, you can at least
Yeah.
submit a PR for them. Somebody else may have to check them in, but
right. So as Ed said, you can create a PR if you are comfortable with.
I
If
put
you
the
don't-
link in the chat. So if you click on that link, you'll actually see the raw file list.
Ed, put it in the Git tickets better, because the chat is going to be lost. Like, we never go back to the chats. But if you want helping on something, just in the Git tickets associated with this, because I believe that Emily can, Debbie could create it, and it's much better that she does it.
Did
But if
we
she-
decide we want them in this repository?
No, we want it in the marketing.
Mhm.
Okay, then you want to have templates in the marketing
Yeah,
repository.
And
Okay.
this will be- and Ed, this will be the first one. We have a few other tasks that take different tickets, and we will do this one and then populate the other ones as well and keep it super clean, because Debbie is correct. Sometimes it gets multiple things, it gets so messy, but then we can go done, and it's just super organized and clean.
Right.
Yeah, and it also lets us see if there's anything not done. So for example, I didn't see tasks for these last two, but I assume they've been completed.
Yeah, because I didn't have a ticket.
Yeah,
So Ryan sent the one to the community informing, and then I added the calendar events, right?
Okay.
So you don't know that, but we didn't create tickets because it was like super quickly, just move on. And it was done July 21st. So late.
but at least it was done.
Yeah, it was done. It's in the calendar as release.
Okay. So Emily, I will connect with you about if I struggle to turn that into a template.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Just let me know.
Okay. Right. And so the next one are the two documentation things. I thought they were for the same thing, but Amelia has told me they're for two different things. So the marketing release updates. Sorry if you can hear the background noise. Some of my neighbors are cutting down trees, apparently. Okay, so this is for the guidelines that we want to turn into a wiki.
My question is here, I am ready to transfer the Word document into the wiki, and Emily and Edwin already used the wiki. Are we okay for me to do that and then finalize this part of the process? Because once that is done, we will relink it to the technical last step, right? So everyone was tasked to check this document, right? And only Devin has done the work, and I have not even gone through it because I wanted to make sure that if you have any extra feedback, please use it this week, because only Debbie has provided really good feedback, and I'm ready to accept pretty much all of it and then follow up as it goes.
So I provided feedback regarding the folder, so the external folder. I don't think it's under the public drive. So it's yeah. So
Yeah,
that
so-
needs to be sorted.
Yeah, so the how to perform the release, Debbie, can you click that link? Technical. The first one, here. If you go down, this one is under the infra, like it has to be. Can you go down to the bottom? And thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay.
So then we go here, and then you see in the last one, I deleted the independent steps that we had before. And then I went and I said 14. If this is a platform release, you know, I didn't change the wording. You need to engage with the marketing team by following one. One is a link directly to the wiki that is almost completed. But this one, right now, the Word document is going to be in here under, yes. Under below tools, I will delete that part that is a hold up, and then I will copy all the stuff from the document, right? Yes, so then the Word document will be void, will go under archives, and then in the future, we just adjust the wiki as things change. So Debbie, thank you so much for providing the feedback. Emily, if anyone else has feedback, this is the time to do so in the Word document, because this week we will close all the relevant to the 4.1 release that we use as a pilot for all the new documentation that was written.
Right. So Debbie, can you go back to the Word doc, please? Yeah. Can you go down a little bit when they talk about the drive? Yeah. Go down again. So here. Yeah. Stop at A. So if you go to the releases directory, click on the releases directory.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's for this one, I think is so Amelia, like this drive, is that a blog announcement presentation under the public the external drive?
No, it will never. Yeah, Emily, it will never be under external infra drive. The releases of MicroProfile will always stay under the community drive, moderated by MicroProfile.
Oh yeah. So that everybody is able to access to this drive.
Everyone is able to access.
I wouldn't be able to, like, when trying to create trying to move files around.
Oh, it's maybe because you were using your IBM account. When you use your Gmail.
I use my Gmail.
Okay.
IBM, yeah.
So let me check a little bit later for the access that you have into this drive, because I believe that I changed your email months ago to just be the personal email, because you and Kevin were having issues with the drive. Everything has public access, and anyone that is working in a different release can be added to that folder as an editor. And that is the coolest thing about this, because if you're contributing to the release, you are added to the folder as an editor, and you can do anything you want to move forward the release by folders, right? So if you click 2021, Emily, or yeah, Debbie, you will see that we have two documents here, right? And a new folder will be created for 5 if we do more. It is just so simple, right? But it will always stay here. And Emily, I will check your access. I was thinking that you were asking, we need to move everything to the external infra. That will never happen, because not only the steering committee does the work, we have Debbie, we have a bunch of other microprofilers that are not steering member assignees, and we don't want to restrict their collaboration, right?
Right. So basically for me, I'm checking now is if I go to MicroProfile Drive and then click on community and then click on releases, I see nothing. So
Oh no,
basically-
community, you're in the wrong folder. You need to go under under releases.
Yeah, I go to under releases. So basically I'm trying to say I go to community and then I go to releases. Oh, you mean go to releases first?
Yeah,
Oh.
releases is the only place. Community is open edit to anyone, but releases is only for.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I can see it now. Thank you.
Totally cool. Okay. Debbie,
That one's done.
yeah, tell us, Amber. Yeah, just move on.
All right.
Wait, I have
So
a question.
Yeah.
I swear I've got 3 drives named MicroProfile Drive, all linked, and I could never figure out. I'm really bad at MicroProfile Drive. Sorry, at Google Drive, by the way. So question, is there a way to rename that drive to say instead of MicroProfile Drive, maybe MicroProfile Community Drive or something?
I will do it. I will do it right now, like immediately after this call.
Yeah, and it's a me problem. I don't know if other people are having this problem, but it's like we've
Yeah.
called MicroProfile Drive in like 3 different places, I think, and I always lose track about what the right place is.
David, you
I
can
have-
also, you can delete, you can rename it right now. You're one of the admins from day 0 when we launched MicroProfile. So you can also change it to MicroProfile Community Drive live if you will want to do that.
are you talking to me?
Yeah,
Okay, so this is.
I think
the right
someone's.
space.
Oh, okay, there you go.
yeah,
Just community.
thank
Yeah.
you. That's
So
it.
that-
John,
Yay.
now you can
Yes.
transfer. John, and can I ask you, can you please copy paste the prospectus of MicroProfile under this drive? Google again, transfer your files back, and it made it, it's horrible. Can you just copy paste and use?
All right, let me take
MicroProfile?
an AI.
Yeah, and make it so that just create a Git ticket. I have done it in the past twice. I'm not going to do it again. So
And sorry, do you have a destination folder again?
yeah, it should be under the working group folder, and it says prospectus. So
Okay.
yeah, just
Got it.
text me if you don't find it, and I'll send you the photo.
All right. So we're asking for a review of the changes of the Word doc for the 545 and 543.
It's done. We will do that. That is the same about documentation. We will, with your help and Emily's, we're pretty much done. What I'm going to do is change the Word document, go through the Word document. If there are no more comments, and then transfer it to the wiki that is already created. And then, as you can see, Emily and John, especially Emily and Edwin, have been working on the templates that we created. Well, all of us created it, but pretty much the 2 of you, Emily, pretty much led that work. And then I have deleted 3 or 4 steps, and we have only 1 that will bring it to the 1 wiki that says this is what you have to do. And David, once you have the template, it needs to be added to the work document, right?
The template does.
Yes, the template does. So we'll wait for that. Once you have it, pull me in and say, Amelia, it's done. And then I go in there this week and done, and complete the 2 tickets, close them.
Okay.
So I will be waiting for you.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So moving on then to the tasks under budget. Looks like I haven't seen what this one is. So budget import, see what the last thing was.
I think you need to click on the link for the website, and we can show and tell there, working group, and we can show the updates.
Okay.
I also sent a note to the marketing forum asking for an extra feedback. So if you go down, currently how we have it is 1 page, and it brings you to different things. And you go down to knowledge transfer. We have like, this introduces the prospectus here. So knowledge, right? We have a budget, program plan, and budget is something that deserves its own tab. And we have now linked the yearly planning translations that we have Russian, Spanish, and English. We have the approved budget here that links you to the external drive, and it tells you only what the steering committee approved, 1 page. And then it has the voting as well. And then we have the budget spreadsheet. That is something that we will continue to adjust. And then Ryan thought about ways to make it scalable. And his thought was that the only way to do so is to have one link, one sentence to say, here, if you want to see for 2020, this is what happened. Or 2021, because we only have one, 2 years, 1/3 of a year, right?
So every year there'll be another line here with the year.
No, only that one. That is one line. View past years. It's a scalable one line.
Okay.
And every year we will have the current year. Currently, the ticket is open because we have yearly planning translations. That means what MicroProfile community chose to focus on. So it tells you English, Spanish, and Russian currently. Then it says what the steering committee approved. And you click on it and it tells you who voted for what and what. And it's super transparent. And then we have the budget spreadsheet. That is something that we will be changing every week or every month as we see fit. And it shows you, can you click in the budget spreadsheet? There. This one continues to stay under the community folder. Everyone has access. It shows you who are the members. It shows you the budget with infra and everything else. And what I have added before we approve the budget is you go down, and we chose to do so by percentages, right? But this will change as we get more members. So it's not scalable, but for now it's okay. And then you go down, a little bit down.
I mean,
Oh, something happened here. Can you go to marketing budget? That's what it is. Total budget. There. So then if you go down in here, this will be filling out, right? We have already deleted AdWords and social media, and we have done all these things. So we will need to update it because now we have a budget to work for or with, right?
okay.
Mhm. And the question is navigation. Is it clear? Does it tell you what we're doing, right? We have spent zero money on the level of community for the 21,000 that is available, and nothing in trademarks for the moment. But we do here. Can you go back into membership? This is important. And the membership, we have this, and my recommendation is that we, under the marketing budget or under the total budget, we have, or I think I added quarterly expenses by association. And I'm not sure why it's not showing up. It's supposed to be in total budget. Yeah, below this, it's supposed to be a quarterly report. And if it's not here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see who deleted it, because it says June 15 and it might be me. I'm like, it's too messy. Let's create a new tab that says quarterly, right? But please, just let's figure it out the consumer, because now it's available on the website.
Okay, so the question for the actual task is, what exactly is it? Does it look okay? Are we able to follow it? Is that what we're trying to figure
Yes,
out?
user experience. Are we able to consume it? Are we comfortable? If I was a new member and I wanted to see about MicroProfile, because every month we push the thing, join the MicroProfile community. This is how you can help. And someone will want to know, what do they do with the money? Is this enough? Right?
Yeah,
Is this enough to sell, enough transparency to say this doesn't go to services? The MicroProfile community is the one doing the work. We do have some services that we need to pay, like the GMA things, but there are no EF hires. This is important to us. Right? We want transparency. We want to push transparency, and it's here.
yeah, I think it's pretty clear. I mean, it's line by line, shows you exactly how much. I don't really have any suggestions to make it more clear.
We need someone else. We're too close to this. We need
Yeah.
like new people, right?
Okay,
But if it's
so,
clear, if it's clear, I can close the ticket, and then we can continue to iterate.
I'm good with it. How about everybody else? You okay? I see John kind of making a face like he is.
Let's be kind with Debbie. She's sharing. She cannot see. Like maybe Debbie has different Macs and machines. And like seriously, voice. Let's be kinder. Debbie, go ahead. I will close the tickets.
Okay,
because it's a show and telling, we wanted to show you what we did.
Okay, and then the next one under budget, and, okay. I was just looking at the time, and I know there's a bunch more, but make the steering committee email archivable. I feel like it's already closed.
This is done. It's done. The Clips Foundation said that they cannot. They won't do it, so it's closed. It shouldn't even be here.
All right, I'm gonna move it after.
Mhm.
Okay, the trademarking compatibility, Kevin put a note in here that he can't attend, but he wanted us to move forward with this. Finalizing choices for the logo vote. And I grabbed this one because the last I saw, we were still kind of talking about if we're gonna have one logo or multiple logos for the compatibility logos.
Yeah, multiple
Yeah,
logos.
So I
Sorry,
think
John.
right now what we're focusing, and that's okay. I think right now, so I did chat with Kevin about this a little bit, right? Right now we're focusing on the compatibility logo at the platform level, and at some point we'll revisit at the component spec level, correct?
Okay,
Yes, and before this call, I actually, because Debbie, you asked, it triggered me to ask David, I don't want it to be like, Debbie, do you see? Last week, everyone thought I was talking about you, Debbie. So I was like, no, I'm talking about David, you know? So anyway, I asked him, he's going to send a message about resolution to vote for the steering committee on having only one logo and to be one logo for right now. That would be the platform logo. And he will send that today. And then John needs to send what we spoke about last Monday, right? We had two different resolutions that are to ask, if I remember correctly, it was about, we will do, is the steering committee okay to get these to be voted in by the community? We already said this softly, but it's enough to say a soft resolution. Well, anyway, based on last week's conversation, we have 3 different resolutions to be sent this week. So John, are you still okay to send those out today?
I will have to look at that, sorry.
You have to create a ticket, 2 Git tickets to have the resolutions be reviewed, but you didn't. So if you want review with, you know, what we should talk about or be voting in, it's not voting, it's like a resolution. It was +1 by Ed and everyone in that call.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, let me go back and take a look at that.
Yeah, we just need to do that. There are 3 resolutions that need to be voted in. Kevin said that he will send also 1 resolution because he needed to ask the Eclipse Foundation for how much will it cost for an additional logos, but no one cares. He's like, you know what, we can figure this out later. Just let us get into platform. Are we okay with 1? That needs to be voted. It has many +1s for the resolution to go into vote. And then we have Ed recommended that we add pricing. We're going to use SurveyMonkey. And in the minutes, John, you will see exactly what you wrote. Everything is in the
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, no. David also is like 1 full week late as well. You're not alone.
what's the third one? So we need resolutions for the 1 logo, the SurveyMonkey, and what else?
No, Kevin is not going to send it.
Oh.
We're going to figure that out later, pricing. We were wondering how much will it cost for more logos, like to be chosen, but we don't want the hassle right now. We just want to get through it.
Okay,
So, sorry, Debbie. So from my recollection is that David is going to send a working group for initiate a vote for the 1 logo. Basically, this
Correct.
is what John said for the
Today.
platform. So for the SurveyMonkey, who is going to create a SurveyMonkey?
Ryan is going to create a SurveyMonkey. He's been on
Right.
vacation, but he returns tomorrow. And on that day, last Monday, he went into research because of his vacation. And he figured out that, yes, we can add mailing lists and only those subscribed to the mailing list can vote. That is exactly what we wanted. And on the call of June 23rd, many of us discussed that only the forum, the MicroProfile forum, the 1,300 plus, should be the ones voting for this. Then last week, Ed, Brad, and Ed, maybe you want to discuss this, Brad, that maybe this vote should be open for everyone. And, you know, it hasn't been decided because we can add the mailing list for the forum, for the community forum, and the mailing list for the committers. those two are very important. We want every committer to have access. And that was one of the requirements aside from ranking. We have 5 different designs and anyone can vote by ranking.
Yeah. Let's cut that short. So what are you? So basically, I'm clear on the David's the working group email. Are you asking John to send a Google group email regarding the vote, or what's the second?
One question, why we use SurveyMonkey? I'm really not a friend using extra tools that may be only transparent to admins of that survey. I'm with you. At the end, there must be a ballot from the steering committee to make that final decision. But we had a good discussion on the community mailing list as we discussed the patent license. And what about having a consensus thread about the decision so everybody can make comments asynchronously, and then have an official vote on the topic on the steering committee mailing list?
No, the votes are not private, John, but I understand what we're using. Why are we using SurveyMonkey? Because we need ranking. And I created a document that it should be here, not under Kevin, but it's under trademarks. I created a document that tells you exactly how to use survey or trackers. And can you find it? Let's try to find the tracker. No, it's not that one.
But we had on the Jakarta EE platform mailing list, there was a survey with ranking 2. Then you have to declare a JSON format or schema, how to make your vote, but then you can make ranking 2. And of course, you need to evaluate the results with Excel, but that's possible too.
Yeah, we did that not in 2017 when we chose the logo. We also then used SurveyMonkey. We have done that in the past for the pull versus push vote, and a few were unhappy that the vote was public, and they wished that they had the privacy to do so privately. The very important thing here, this document has been created for the review of everyone here, and there is a good ticket associated with it. One of the important things that you mentioned.
We could handle that privacy within the steering committee mailing list, because that's not accessible by everyone. And I think we should have a transparent vote
Correct.
on that.
Correct.
And there also should be involvement of the whole community and giving feedback on that.
And
because it's important.
Super important. And this is why we have been talking about it for like 4 months. John, one of the things is, please read this document. It's maybe they found it in a Git issue. The coolest thing about this document is that it's there to enable us to be as transparent as possible. You are correct. We have said in the document that some votes will go private first, but then all the stats and all the rating, not by percentage, but by votes, will be shared with the entire community. This is the same with the same thing that we did with Twitter polls, where we share the analytics and how many people saw it. One of the reasons why we're not using the Eclipse Foundation infra to allow them to run the votes is because they tend to use the same system in SurveyMonkey for any elections and any voting for nominations. However, they provide no visibility on how many votes, what percentage. That is impossible. We want as much transparency. Now, the infra email that is likely to be used is the media MicroProfile. Currently, only 3 people have access. I'm not sure if the steering committee will want to get all the emails associated with this as the infra email. But if you believe that this is something that should be discussed, you should send a note to You can add marketing, public, and then BCC, the sitting committee, and say, how comfortable are we to be the infra email for this latest vote? Because if we use only the media, that is the media that we use for Hotsuite. Hotsuite controls LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter media. And I was thinking that we could use that one to push this. Tatiana from Jelastic has access because she is an admin on Twitter, and Ryan and myself. But if you believe that that is a problematic, that because no one else, we can provide feedback to the sitting committee as votes come in as well, every day or every other day, it doesn't really matter to me. But the point is that we're keeping it low key, and all of it will be shared at the end. Even one vote voted for someone will be said here, but the voter identities will not be shared because we will not know, right? And we will pay for SurveyMonkey. We are going to pay $530 something a year so that we can conduct different surveys and do a bunch of other things. So it's a really good point. If you want to ask more, follow the forum, use the forum, the community forum. I mean, check out what we have done in the work. And I'm not sure if anyone else has something to say, but transparency is everything to us. So yeah, love it.
Okay, I will check the guideline and think about it.
Yeah, think about it. Think about it because we're not doing it now. We're not doing it next week because the two ballots needs to go out to say, are we comfortable to do SurveyMonkey? We're going to use SurveyMonkey because it has ranking and we can add mailing lists. And then this guideline is going to be public and said, this is what you can expect from tracking because of voting is traceable, it's trackable. And it's not like the community will not know who, you will not know who voted for what, but we will know how many votes we had and how many people voted for this design and instead of this design. I think that is really important for us. So I love it. Check it out. And again, I think only Debbie has provided feedback. So Debbie, you're rocking it.
I'm good at providing feedback.
You're a writer.
If I can find it, I can provide feedback.
Exactly.
I like to mark up the documents. I was just going to say, are we good to move on? Jan's going to think about that, follow up on the forum as needed.
Okay. Yeah, Debbie, where can he find the document? It's here in the mail in the.
I just put it here for
Yeah,
now.
Okay.
I will find it in a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. I don't think we need to review the compatibility choices because we've already looked at those. How about the compatible products page? Is there anything new happening here?
The same as budget is added.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
So the same, just you can move to the next item. It's added into the website.
Yeah. All of these things are the same, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to skip over the ballpark one. Under articles and blog posts, we've got a couple here. The Quarkus 2.2. I don't know what this is. I guess it looks like we need to fix something. Oh, and it's
Yeah,
closed.
it was closed. John, are you still here? I think we lost John. Oh yeah, John, I see you. John, after all this time since we rename back MicroProfile, we still see formal documents in releases from Quarkus coming as a Eclipse MicroProfile. Doesn't matter who I talk to of that team, they still continue to push wrong trademarks and misinformation. We need to maybe send something. Can you help us send something internally to the Quarkus team and say, hey guys, it's not Eclipse MicroProfile. We changed that in October 1st, 2020 under the working group. Here is the charter. All for future writings and tweets must be MicroProfile.
Well, I mean, I can't
Something.
say must be, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just an education thing. So I'll send out a note just saying, hey, do you have a, there it is.
Yeah, it's there. And I added it. It was too long ago and we were busy. I closed it and I waited for this call to tell you, can you do this? Can you help us?
Yeah, I could send something internally saying, hey, just a reminder, it's you know, it's
And you
changed.
can throw me under the bus. You can throw me under the bus and say, Amelia has created these tickets. For those of you that know her, you know.
I'm not even gonna go that far into it. All I'm gonna say is,
Sure.
hey, this is a reminder that this is the official name of the working group. So
Perfect. Something like this. I closed the ticket and because it has been too long and always the same errors.
Although it would be kind of fun to throw you under the bus. I don't think I would go
exactly,
that far.
you will make everyone laugh because you show the tickets and say, hey, you know what? Do you want me to deal and be call out on this again? Please help me out. And you can be the victim and I can be the backup. And that is a smile. Seriously, say, I don't want to be called out again. Please don't let it. And it's recorded, you know, something like this. Make it fun, you know.
Okay. How about the 5-year anniversary blog?
I'm waiting for Emily.
Okay, Emily, are you still here? No?
Let's move on. We are working on it. And the last one, I added the tickets. So it's work in progress.
Yeah, I couldn't find my unmute button. That's all. So it's yeah. So I thought I already kind of went through it. I think it's I will double check again.
Yeah, check the tickets and let me know because we have a little bit more work to do, but we're close, very close to finalizing it. So again, when you do anything, just add the tickets so that you get the notification and I get a notification, and like that we can move forward.
Okay, double check.
Okay, content contribution, looks like Spanish review.
This should be closed. I closed that because it has been too long. And the student, there is a master student from Latin America, has not finalized his thesis. So there is nothing we can do with the review. So we need to close it. And I already commented on the tickets and asked him to open the ticket or open a new one actually, whenever he's ready to get back to the publication, because the document contains erroneous information. And, you know, I'm not sure if he continues to work on the project itself or if he's doing something else. And it's under COVID, so I have no idea what the schools in Latin America are doing for the technical master's degrees.
Okay. So we have just about 5 minutes left. So I just want to see if there's anything pressing that's going to be further down that we might not get to, if we want to jump to that now, or if I should just use the last 5 minutes to go with the documentation tasks. Some of them are duplicates, so.
Yeah, CM4J. Can you go to CM4J?
Sure.
I want to show, it's also like the budget. The CM4J we added here is added to the website, and also is asking for feedback, the same as the budget.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it this one?
Yes. And it needs to be like, we want the UX experience to be good. However, this one is hidden and it's important. It's under knowledge. It doesn't have its own here, and the last one, MicroProfile working group and communities. This is a position and message, right? And now the message is sent, the ticket is sent to the marketing forum, and there is a call out to action for maybe you, Debbie, you're a writer and really good one, about writing something that we can tweet that here, there you go.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because
we just want them to know that it's here, or we want to tweet about the actual positioning message.
yeah, we want to tweet a message for the rest of the year that brings, tweet it maybe once or twice a month. And that is what we do with all of the messages, like the prospects, like translations, we tweet. And like that, we bring awareness to this. It's not to tweet to the website because there is no direct link created yet. But
Okay.
if you believe, if whomever owns the Git ticket and the task believe that we should have a link that brings you directly to the website, so be it. Sometimes we can add into the website the actual presentation if we create a new page, but I don't think it's necessary, but this requires feedback from everyone else. We have it under knowledge transfer, knowledge broadcasting, because CN4J is not an entity that governs the two bodies or the two working groups. There is a current discussion happening under the CN4J forum that is about keeping it like the goals under the first two calls with the steering committees about what is CN4J. We have an issue that happened last Tuesday and they called for CN4J, where there was a push and pull, and we cannot allow this entity that is just meant to allow us to communicate between Jakarta and MicroProfile to push either project or to hustle or to, I do not know, forced into creating or adjusting the charters, right? The independence of both projects are important. So to me, the CN4J initiative doesn't need its own tab. However, I am one voice, and I want to make sure that everyone follows the forum thread and say, hey, maybe we can do something else, or aside from the tweets. I believe that the tweet suffices.
I think Amelia, is maybe this is a communication issue. I don't think anybody push anything, force anybody to do anything. I think it's a kind of, there was a technical discussion. So basically it's a baseline. We don't really want to create a competing message or competing project between these two communities. Maybe somebody is come up with a word of pushing and etc. It's just like one proposal is saying, yeah, we can donate MicroProfile technology to Jakarta for conversation, but nobody I don't see anybody trying to push people.
The call was pretty terrible, especially at the end. I thought, but I'm not going to go into details here. It's a technical call, but it was not a technical call. So it was not as valuable as but it was nice because it's recorded and it's public for all. But this is not the topic. The topic is positioning the message. We worked for months, since March to July, to close it. And now we need to broadcast it all the time. So who wants to own that ticket? There is the media, and this is where it's located currently under knowledge. It's kind of hidden. We don't even mention CN4J, as you can see. If there is a Git ticket on this, if you would like that modified, use the Git tickets. Because to me, it's not about CN4J. It is about two working groups communicating and doing their best to move forward.
Yeah, we have to be really careful in that we don't want CN4J to become the top level message, right?
Exactly. So this is why I don't want it.
Yeah, each MicroProfile in Jakarta, right? They have their own messaging that should be the primary messaging about what their roles are.
Correct.
So I do think it's useful to to have the two. I just don't want to lead with CN4J messaging anywhere.
Yes, and the CN4J shouldn't be in the tweet at all. We're not going to cement it. You see, Debbie, are you doing this Git issue? Like,
I'm thinking about it, but I'm not quite clear what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's hold it. I mean, we're past the top of the hour. I have to drop too. We should probably take this up at the next call.
Yeah, David, read the presentation. Whatever you come up with the presentation. Why is the presentation valuable? And then that's it.
Okay.
The presentation doesn't even have CN4J. So why is it valuable? How can we communicate it and push